Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado. My name is Michaela. This morning I'm taking you guys through a brand new Logan Coach 3-horse bumper pull in our Crossfire model. So if you guys aren't familiar with Logan Coach, they have 3 different tiers. Your Crossfire is going to be your entry-level package. Your Bullseye will be one step up, and then your Riot will be your more optioned out custom build type trailer that Logan Coach offers. So this one is their entry model. I still think it comes with a lot of great features jam-packed in this trailer at a really great price point. Gets you kind of everything that you could need in a nice run around, go to the vet, go to the farrier, get to the trailheads type trailer. We do have a front tack up here with your swing out saddle rack and the blanket poles. So these guys are built into one. And I used to have a tack room at my barn that had the Schneider's saddle racks that was this exact shape here. It was the saddles up here with the pads directly below, and I had those mounted on my tack room, and I loved it. I loved that when you untacked and everything came with it, the saddle and the pad always come together, you could walk over to your saddle rack and throw them both on there together. I thought that was just really convenient. I love that they're solid on here, so just less moving parts, less things to break and go wrong. Gives you a real good solid feel when you throw your saddles up here. Blanket poles under each one, and this is still a swing out saddle rack here, so you're still getting that swing out effect to where you're not having to climb in and out all the time. Over here on your door you have your sliding bus window for ventilation, so you're still going to get air moving through that tack room and get you guys the air movement across those wet saddle blankets if you need to. But then down below you just kind of have a blank slate, so this is going to give you the option to do kind of whatever you need to for storage purposes on this guy. If you want to throw a couple brush trays on, you've got plenty of room. If you're more of that door organizer type person, there's plenty of space to throw that on there too. So like that, you can kind of outfit that however you guys need to. And then in here on the floor we have that marine grade carpeting. It is that really shallow carpeting, so it's not going to really get too deep down in there, but it is also removable. I'll see if I can do it with my gloves. Yeah, so you guys can just pull this guy out, and I love that, so that if this does get dirty, which it will, because I have carpet in mine at home, but it's not removable, that you guys can pull this out, power wash it, let it dry, and throw it back in here. You guys could also just take it out if you wanted to. If you want to cut your own rubber mats to put in here, you could do that too. But the floor does have that vortex lining on it, so if you wanted to just run with this, you definitely could. This is kind of like a bed liner spray, but it is a lot softer. Like, I can run my hand over it and I'm not going to get cut wide open. It's not sharp, and it is really protected, so you could easily use this if you wanted to over the carpet. So you've got some options there. Your saddle racks will swing into this space right here. So then over here you have your full-size spare tire right here on your steel wheel right there, so full-size matching spare. And then coming over here in this corner, we just kind of have some space right here if you wanted to. We don't have a clothes bar up here on this guy, but I'm sure you could easily get one added if you wanted to. Otherwise, we do have a full partition wall of bridle hooks. So I love that we didn't skimp on bridle hooks here, because you can never have too many hooks. That's not possible. I have some customers going through the build process right now, and their MSRP on their bridle hooks is like $1,500. And they're like, that seems excessive. And I was like, no, it's not. That is, like, you want that many hooks. And their daughter said the same thing. They're like, I'm super excited about adding so many hooks, because you can never have too many. So I love that you have a full row up here, and then you have the carpet behind. So it's going to protect your equipment, protect your trailer, and then just keep it a little bit quieter for your horses on the other side of this wall. Down below we have that same black vortex lining, so that's protecting your wall down there. If you guys set like a tack trunk in here or something and it gets to rubbing up against this wall, it's just going to protect this wall and protect whatever you store in here, kind of maintain that resale value right there. And then up here inside we do have one light. I just don't have it plugged in right now, but we do have an interior light inside of this space. So that's something to point out, and we'll talk about right now, that right now I don't have it plugged into that 7-pin. So if you guys wanted lights on in your tack room or exterior, I think we've got a light right up here as well. If you wanted those on, you would have to be plugged into your tow vehicle, or if you just want to be able to run them without being plugged in, before you pick it up, let's send it back to service, and they can install up there by that spare tire. They could install a little battery in like a plastic battery box to where you could run all these lights without being plugged into a tow vehicle. So if you keep this trailer at a boarding facility, over at your barn, and your tow vehicle's inside in the shop, in the garage, they're not always together and connected, which is how mine is at home. I have a battery on my trailer. It's been a game changer. I love being able to turn on all the lights. So keep in mind that is something service can do for you before you take it home. We've got white sheeting on this one, 3 tie rings per side, so you guys can tie up on either side. And then up high, we just have plexi up here. So in the winter, we do keep plexi in these trailers, but when it gets to the summertime again, if you wanted to, get you a screwdriver or a screw gun, and you guys can take those screws out and this piece of aluminum trim and just slide that plexi out, and you can have an open air gap up high up there. And I like that it is up so high so that you keep that air movement up high and not just right over their tail right there, especially if it is hot and they're sweating and you see that heat and the steam just raising up off of them. Heat does rise, right? So it's just going to pour right out of this air gap. So I like that feature right there. You guys can open that or keep it closed up in the winter time. We do have their graphics right here in a red. Again, this is that Crossfire model. And then all of our axles are on the exterior. We are a 6'9" wide, so everything's out here, and we just have the steel wheels under this guy. If you're looking at something with aluminum wheels, we can get you up into that bullseye that has the aluminum wheels on it. But this one's just going to get you the steel wheels. We're going to work our way around to the back. Right now, this one is a step up. I've got a customer right now that is getting a ramp put on her Logan that she picked off of the lot. So we can order ramps from Logan and have those installed for you as well. If that's something you're looking to do through a service department, we can definitely help you out with that. Right now, it is a step up with those two 50/50 rear doors. All sprayed in Vortex lining back here. On the floor, we've got removable rubber mats. And then we have wood flooring under this one. So that is their wood planks, also sprayed on the top with their Vortex lining. So on the top, that's just protecting from any urine that would seep down in between these rubber mat seams and get to that wood floor. Just adding that protectant layer. Again, similar to your bed liner, just totally gonna seal that up and protect it. But the underside is not sprayed, and so we're just on that side allowing it to be able to dry out as it drives down the road. But you'll have your Vortex on the top. And then around all your interior walls in here, this is not a rubber kick mat. It is their triple wall, kick wall sprayed with the Vortex lining. And if you guys haven't seen, I always say it, get to Logan socials and check out what their Vortex lining is. They'll take a regular old soda can, stomp on it, it squishes. Then they take a soda can, spray it with a Vortex lining, stomp on it, and it doesn't even move. So that tells you how much structural integrity and protection it is adding to these trailers. Something to point out with the Crossfires is this last divider back here is solid. This is not a telescoping divider. So if you do not need the capability of pushing this divider flat against the wall and keeping your doors closed, this trailer is perfect. If you guys do need the fact to be able to clip all these dividers flat open and have both of these doors closed, we need to get you up into that bullseye model. This one back here is just going to be solid. So keep in mind, you're going to have that door open to get this guy all the way over when you are loading and unloading. But without the telescoping, just less things, less moving parts, less things to go wrong. So you have two solid dividers, and they do have padding on both of them. I love the padding to add that cushion factor. My trailer at home does not have padding. Everyone keeps asking me, they're like, you preach how great your service department is. Why don't you bring yours back here and get the padding? I really should. It's just making time for that, of course. But I do love the padding, just giving that cushion when you are traveling, especially here in Colorado, windy roads, traffic, mountain roads. They're bouncing off of the dividers. It's nice to have that for them. Just keep them comfortable back in here. Tail side, we just have our wall, our kick mat down here. The plexi up high. One light over each stall, so you have those 3 lights up here for visibility inside of this space. Aluminum sheeted roof on this guy. 2-way roof vents right there at each stall, so every single stall will have the option to manipulate that airflow and get some air moving through here. Typically in the winter, if I open them, depends on how warm it is, I would only push them open backwards to get that heat out of here. In the summer, what you guys can do is open your first one forward facing to be pulling some cool air in, and then these back ones then I'll open rear facing to get that air out, get a really good circulation across there. All of your stalls are going to have 3 rings for a corner feeder. So if you guys wanted to add a corner feeder, kind of standard size, you can get them in any ranch supply store or your favorite online tack store. If you want to put food in front of them, you can also hang a hay net or a hay bag. Each stall is going to come with one tie ring. I have had customers put these trailers back through service and add more tie rings. So that's an option for you guys too if you wanted more than one per stall. But each stall is going to have that option for a corner feeder, your tie ring, your roof vent, and your interior light. This trailer is 6'9" wide, so no wheel well within this space. And then you are 7 feet tall to your roof bows. So good for all of your standard size horses. This one's not going to be for our warm bloods, for our extra tall thoroughbreds or anything like that. But I've got some bigger barrel horses and they fit in my standard size trailer at home. But if you're looking for extra space, we can get you one. I've got a customer right now who has a Logan on order that went extra wide with their wider stalls as well. So if you guys want to go that route, we can definitely help you with that option. We step around to our head side. We do have drop down windows on this side. Now if you guys aren't familiar with these new Crossfire models and you're familiar with the previous Crossfire models, I will tell you two things that have changed drastically is that tack room door and these drop down windows. And I know we already passed the tack room, but it's going to be the same as these drop down windows. On those previous Crossfire models, they were prefabricated and they were plastic. So the door always popped open. These drop windows always flew down, and when they were down, they would just do that wave effect. They'd get all tangled in the wind. They were not as heavy duty. So what Logan did was they revamped their Crossfire model and they went with a heavy duty tack door and a heavy duty drop down window. So you guys can see these now are so much better. They've got your square corners, so they're showing you it's not prefabricated. This is solid. I can pull on it, I can tweak on it, I can shake my whole trailer here and this window is not going to budge. Same with their tack room door. They did a big revamp and upgrade with those. Very pleased with those. So if that was one reason in the past to steer clear of those Crossfire models, don't let that steer you clear now, because they made a big difference, a big upgrade, and I'm very pleased with that change. And you still have your jail bars that drop down, just a little bit different style than you'll see on their Bullseyes and their Riots, but still allowing you that feature and that option to be able to drop these down very easily, get in there, untie your horse, throw more hay, offer water. It's not blocking you out. And the fact that you do still have jail bars and it's not full one piece, that it all drops down at once and it's either one or the other. You still have the versatility and the options. These windows do, maybe when it's not so cold, they do pop into place in these rubber sockets. Everything's just a bit frozen this morning, but then they will stay down and not catch the wind and do that wave effect for you. But this was a big change, a big upgrade. I'm really pleased with that. So if you guys haven't seen the new Crossfire models, be sure to check them out and give them another chance if you were someone that had a Crossfire model previous to these 2026s. Up front, we have our tongue up here, all sprayed in that vortex lining as well. And I love it up here for protection against road debris, especially this past week. We're getting that salt spray on these Colorado roads again. So that vortex lining is really protecting everything up here for you guys. Single manual crank jack. We have our 2 5/16 ball right here that locks on there. And then we do have your 7-pin right here. These trailers do have electric brakes. So I know that's a thing that people are not always aware of, is that these trailers have the brakes on there. So your 7-pin will connect to your tow vehicle and engage those brakes for you. Brake lights, turn signals, reverse lights, your marker lights, your interior lights, all that good stuff. We have safety chains as well. And these manual crank jacks are very easy to use. I've got a lot of people ask me how hard they are. I know, again, on previous models and previous manufacturers, older model years, that sort of thing, these things could get really tough, especially like on maybe your older steel trailers. You used to have to like really two-hand it and put a lot of work into it. These guys are super easy. You can crank it up and down one-handed now while I'm talking and not running out of breath. So big difference there. Don't let that steer you away either. Those guys have come a long ways. This trailer is brand new, so you're going to get an 8-year structure warranty and a 2-year hitch to bumper from Logan Coach Warranties. This one is still available as well. We have these in a 2-horse model. We also get these in gooseneck models as well. or we can look at those bullseyes for you. I would love to help you guys out. My name is Michaela. You guys can call or text me at 303-918-6367. You can reference this stock number. You can also click the link in the description of this video. But it's going to be 5N251406 through 2026 Logan Coach Crossfire 3-horse bumper pole. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.